Cheryl.
I'm out of here.
Milky milk.
Today we try my coffee. Tomorrow we try my coffee again.
You've got coffee
And water. Ice water.
and Monster.
Not sponsors.
Not sponsored by anything.
We've got generic
Energy
drink.
Energy juice.
Not sponsored by anything.
Not sponsored by water.
Sponsored by your mom.
Anyway, this is What's in the Box podcast. What's in the Box podcast? One of those. It's one of those. With Zach and Cheryl. And today we have Cheryl's mom.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box?
What's in the fucking box?
What's in the box?
As previously discussed, it's Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Is it?
Yes, that's what they found in the box.
Really?
Yeah.
Guess I don't like horror flicks,
We gotta
so I
watch
don't
that
think
movie.
I've ever seen that
Watch
movie.
that movie with mom.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So yeah, Cheryl's mom came to visit, so that's cool. She's here. Hi.
Hi.
It's hot and sticky.
Hello.
It is hot. Oh
Hot.
wait, do you have the
I
phone?
said it.
She said hot and sticky.
I do. It's dying though.
Well, I just need the time.
I know.
She just wanted to say it. She just wanted to be the one
I'm
that
just
said
an
hot and
asshole.
sticky
Hot and sticky.
on the podcast. Yes.
So yeah,
That's
so
Cheryl. She
it'll
likes
probably-
to say things.
It'll
like
probably
that.
be shorter than most because
It's hot and sticky.
it's hot.
And there's
Anyway.
3 of us here, and it's awkward
So
if it's hot and sticky and the
so
mom's
how
here.
How has your adventure to Wisconsin been?
Adventure to Wisconsin. It was fun. Me and Alice had a wonderful trip, except for there was a young lady behind her, and she kept kicking Alice's seat and bugging Alice. And she was very good about it though, but she would go every time the young lady kicked her seat, she would go to me, and I'd be like, "Oh,
What
is
do you
she
want me to do
kicking
about
your
it?"
seat again?"
Stop it, you kid. That's not
Right.
mine.
Right. So yeah, but it was a nice trip. It was quick. It wasn't too bad. And then we got here. We got to see her.
I never ever thought about flying first class until the last time
Right.
we went on a
Oh
plane.
my god, it'd be so nice.
Because like I hate planes because I'm so tall.
You're
And my,
men.
like,
Men
legs
have
are
to
up here.
hate planes.
Well,
my-
he also probably really hates planes with me because I always fly Spirit.
Yeah.
And
Which is like
Which
the
is
cheap-
3
yeah.
times
literally
smaller.
just get the tiniest
It's
fucking
like us
seat.
in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's worse.
I know. No.
Yeah, and the last time that's why I always like sit in the aisle so I can like have my feet up.
Right.
But like even the last time we flew, I was like I really can't even imagine. Like I imagine like musicians and stuff that have to fly planes all the time. I'm like I wouldn't care how much it would cost.
Mm-mm.
I would fucking fly first. I don't care how many people thought that I was like bougie or uppity. No, I would fly first class all the time.
If I had the money,
so I could have my fucking feet out.
Yeah. No, we're going to France and England in December, and that is a 12-hour flight. And we're not getting first class or anything like that. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, yet again another trip I wasn't invited to. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. My brothers get to go to England, but
in Hawaii.
and Hawaii.
Okay, in all
500
fairness, those aren't your grandparents. They're your step grandparents. And they took you to Disney World.
Once, a long time ago.
She was a teenager already.
One out of the 500 that the kids have got to go to.
What more do you want?
They've gotten to go to a lot more than I have. Those boys they're freaking jet setters.
I know.
They've been everywhere. They've already been to France.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know.
It's
okay.
I'm just bullshit. I'm just yanking your chain.
When they die, and me and Dan inherit all, I'll take you everywhere. Because Dan ain't gonna go with me.
Then I get to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
After our kids are out.
Right.
You and your
And then my
mom.
kids, And then I can be upset about how they never.
Because we're gonna take the great grandchildren.
You go everywhere with your mom. You never take
Never
us
take
anywhere.
us anywhere.
It would be nice if you took me away.
That's another generational fuck up, right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Not breaking that curse. That's all
Don't break that curse, or you won't get to go with me.
Emma can break that one.
Yep. She can take all of her
I've
children
broken all
and
the others. She can
grandchildren,
break that one.
right?
So
Yeah.
how
I broke
goes?
some curses, but there was
We're
a lot.
breaking them. We're breaking
There
them
was a
down.
lot
We're
of
doing-
fucking curses.
Generation by generation, we're breaking them down.
Hey, we're doing it.
We're getting it
Hey,
done.
let's not.
We're adding a few as we go, but that's the point. You're supposed to learn from each other.
It's like changing them out. You're like,
Yeah, you're
this one's really bad, but this one's
Acceptable.
acceptable. This one's
we're just gonna
okay.
start a notebook,
Right.
and then we're gonna be like, "Well, this is what I tried and it didn't work. So this
Right.
is what I tried and it didn't
Generational
work. This is what I
curse
tried and it
notebook.
worked."
A
That sounds
training
like a-
manual.
Oh,
Right.
what's that game with the little pegs?
Ooh.
The colored pegs, and you have to match.
Oh
the
yeah.
colors
What is
together.
that called? Shoot, I
We
know what you're
have it.
talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking
Memory?
about?
No, it's not
Canoodle?
memory.
You have one person puts the pegs in a certain color
And
pattern,
hides it from
and
everybody
hides
else.
and the other person has 10 times to try to figure
Try it.
out.
Battleship.
No, oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're
You
playing
just-
Battleship.
you just
Generational
described-
Battleship.
You just described Battleship.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
No,
we're-
we used to have that
We're
game.
generationally playing this game.
Yeah.
We're just like, is this the right combination? And we're like, well, 2 of those were right, but we're not going to tell you which 2.
Right.
And we're like, okay, how about this? Nope, none of those were right. Fuck. Okay, how
The
about
problem-
this?
The problem is there's some fucked up higher being or whatever up there going, switching out the fucking pegs when we're not looking.
Well, yeah, because each one of us is a different person too, so
Or
our
that-
is different.
I was gonna say, or per Battleship, those guys
Well, did it
that
hurt
are
one
like,
of us?
did I hit your battleship?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
So
You're
close.
like,
No, you
so
did not.
Battleship.
Oh, I
so
whacked
close
my-
though.
I whacked mine. I'm not
You're
good
on.
at this mic.
You're good.
Yeah, but I whacked
I
it.
whack it all the time.
You're,
Whack it.
I whack it.
Whack it all Yeah,
So-
no, the generational thing is a nightmare.
We
And, yeah.
we had an event that happened
We
yesterday.
did.
Birthday.
We did.
Yeah. That was fun.
Birthday.
It was a
Birthday,
lot.
birthday.
We had to stay inside because it was windy and
So
hot.
So hot.
So
It's also,
everybody was
it's also
inside.
hot and sticky right now.
Hot and
Yeah.
sticky. My
Yeah.
ear, the inside of my ears are sweating.
Sweaty.
It's only 10 in
The
the morning
inside.
and it's already this hot.
Yeah,
guys.
the
I'm just saying
inside of
today's
my-
gonna suck.
Yeah.
What was his party?
What was it?
Mario Party!
Mario Party.
Yeah, it was Mario Party.
Nice.
And I really appreciate, I know that it's a thing for children, but I really appreciate that all the adults that have
Yes.
came to Wyatt's parties, because
Have
he's been
also participated
Yeah,
in
'cause he's had-
dressing at some...
yeah, because he's had themed parties forever, and I don't know. I appreciate that it's not just the
Forever.
kids.
He's 4.
The kids are dressing up, so
Well, the
why do
kids-
I have to dress
Yeah,
up? Right.
most some adults are well, it's a kids party, so I don't have to. But I don't know. I think that's fun.
Well, some
But that's
people
why
just
I put
aren't
it-
dress up kind of
I don't
people.
know. That's
And
why
I get
put
that.
it in the description whenever I sent out the things
Right.
that everyone dress up in your favorite, whatever. gear.
Everyone.
Everyone.
And they know because of our wedding. They know
Yeah.
what we're looking for. 'Cause
Right.
said
Yeah,
at our
we said
wedding,
it.
Too.
We
were
set
like,
the precedent.
We were like, you have to dress up for our wedding, okay? So
Yep.
figure it out.
So,
I just- Also,
so your brother dresses up as a half-naked teenager.
well, I was gonna say. Also,
We're dressed up.
can we double back to our wedding though?
Oh, God.
I find it really funny that even the lazy people dressing up at our
Yeah.
wedding still dressed up as something.
But they did it well.
Something.
Yeah, they
Like,
still
yeah.
did it okay.
It
yeah.
wasn't like
And it's
no, I
funny
don't
because
feel
most
like
of
it.
the people who didn't dress up are most of the people that we really were like
We didn't even know if they were going to come.
about Vikings.
For sure.
Or didn't want, or didn't, yeah, or didn't.
You
want
weren't
them
even
to.
sure if they wanted. You wanted. I don't. This
I
cup
mean,
is
then
bugging
other
me.
than you had a few family members who didn't dress up, but that's
Yeah, but
That was last minute.
like I
Yeah,
said, there's
for
always
sure.
some people who don't like. to
Dan
dress
didn't
up.
dress up.
Dan did dress
Dan
up.
dressed up.
He was.
As
What
Dan.
did? No,
Dan.
no. I don't remember what the boys decided
Sergeant
that
Dan,
he
you
was.
ain't got no legs.
Sergeant Dan.
Oh, that would have been
That would
perfect.
have been
That would've
funny.
been in a wheel,
Even
in a wheelchair.
yeah.
Oh,
Right.
that would have been perfect.
Just make him kneel in a wheelchair.
You don't even have to make him wheel. Just put
Put a blanket
jeans.
or
Put the
something.
blanket over.
No,
Yeah.
just put jeans and then
Cut 'em.
the bottom half of the jeans make black.
Oh, there you go.
And so it looks like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I could do that.
Be fun.
Yeah, Dan's not a dress up
he would
kind
have
of
just had to put a
guy.
wig on.
Right.
Because he ain't got no hair.
Yeah.
Sergeant Dan, you ain't got no hair.
Got no hair. What happened?
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan. He was a sergeant, but he never got lieutenant. But I still teased him all the time and called him Lieutenant Dan.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do?
Right?
Your name's Dan. Sorry.
Right?
Figure it out.
Right? Yeah, you have to. You have to make fun of each other, or you're just not going to. You're just not going to have a good family life. I'm sorry.
That's
You
fair.
can't laugh at each other and you can't make fun. Then you probably shouldn't be married.
But you're making fun also has to be reasonable.
Well, yeah. You don't make.
Because I've been in a relationship.
I was gonna
where
say, it
Right.
can't be
fun
an.
turn into actual insult.
Well, it can't be
It's
ever.
yeah.
It can't be an excuse.
Okay.
Is the point? It can't be an
Right.
excuse. It can't just be like a.
Well, it was a joke.
Well, I'm gonna. Yeah.
That was a joke.
Well,
I
I'm gonna
was
say
just
something
kidding.
mean, and then when you get offended,
Really
be like,
mean.
"Well, it was a joke."
I'm
You're
just kidding.
You just don't understand. It's funny.
We make fun of each other all the time. I don't understand why this is different. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I just called you
I've
a fat
heard that.
piece of shit. I was just
Not
a
from
joke.
Dan, but I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
It was just a joke.
Yeah.
You're not really a fat piece of shit. It was
Yeah.
just a joke. Anyway,
But then when I joked the same way, it was like,
why would you even say?
Why would you even call me a fat piece of
You
shit?
know that bothers me.
Like, oh.
Oh, okay. And you don't know that this stuff bothers me?
Right.
Huh? Huh? Huh, punk?
So how?
Wow.
So how did you? How
Trauma.
You, well, I'll ask you first. How do you feel about your son growing up,
Getting older.
getting older?
How do I feel?
You.
Or her?
No,
How do
you.
you feel
You.
about your
You.
son getting
Oh,
older?
fuck.
Oh,
I don't
fuck.
like
That's why I laughed.
Yeah.
No, I don't like
No.
it.
Yeah.
You're going to make me cry on the podcast.
Yeah.
How
What?
dare you?
What?
And
Okay.
yours is only 4. Every year she's going to be like,
Oh, no, I'm devastated every milestone.
yeah.
Every milestone, I'm fucking devastated. Because
Right.
he's the last one. Like, and I know
Right.
he is.
I know.
I just have to remind myself that there's grandchildren in the future.
Well, yeah, but I know I've asked you this.
Hopefully.
That's how I make
Hopefully.
it. I know.
When we talk to her daughters,
I
there's
know.
not.
I know I've asked you this before, but does it make those moments
Oh,
bittersweet
you're
for
okay.
you? Like you
Yeah,
can't
oh, yeah.
fully,
Yeah, I
like you
told you
can't
that before,
fully
yeah, it
enjoy.
makes- It would, yeah. I mean, I enjoy it either way. I force myself to like not get into that headspace.
Right.
But yeah, if I sit there and let myself dwell on it, it for sure is like bittersweet for sure. Because it's like every milestone is like you're happy he's doing it, but you're like bawling because
Like, this is awesome.
that's
And then
the
you're like,
last
fuck.
time
I'm never
he'll
going to
do
see
that.
this again.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's
It's the
like
last time you'll get to see
it's
that.
the best way to explain it is one day him saying, you know, Luigi.
Yeah.
One day he's just gonna say Luigi, and we're never gonna hear Luigi again.
No.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, unless
here
you
we
make
go, you know?
unless you make it part of the family vocab.
yeah, but you're not
Like
gonna hear it
pooters.
because they can't get it. You're not gonna hear it.
You
because
can't
they
hear the
get it.
baby say
it's
it
not
ever
gonna be,
again.
No, it's not going to be natural. Is
No.
what she's
Yeah,
saying.
it's not.
Like
it's
if
gonna
you
be,
do
like,
repeat it, it's going to be
Yeah,
made
for
to
fun.
sound that way. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
it's like
Right.
us saying Luigi. It's not the same as him
Exactly.
saying Luigi. Whereas like
True.
one day he's
But we've
literally
always
just gonna
had
say
words.
Luigi, and
Right.
that's gonna be the end
I
of
know.
hearing him fuck that word up.
I'm fully aware. I
But
have
it's
a
little shit like
17-year-old boy
I know.
that was my baby like that, just not.
It just
Like-
sucks because you know it's your last, and you're
13
like,
years
that's
ago.
the last time I'm gonna hear that from any child, not just
Yeah.
you know. But that's what I mean by like grandchildren. That's why I have to like when I get into that mode and feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm like, we've got more children. There's cousins. There's nieces and
always
nephews,
babies
there's
around.
grandchildren. Like, we will still hear these things. We will still get milestones. We will
Right.
still get, you know.
The thing that scares me, and I've
my
actually
kids
been
are
going
gonna
through
have
this like pretty extreme the last year, because I'm coming to the realization that I'm
Old.
going to be left with this man that I married
alone.
alone.
Alone. Yeah.
And I love Dan. Don't get me wrong. I adore him, but we are so different.
I had this conversation with my parents a long time ago.
Right.
And it's which is why a lot of people that have kids, once their kids like move out,
they break up.
They end up having issues is because you forget after so long. Well, not just that, but you become a different person. Like, luckily, I feel personally for me, luckily, like I met you when you were already a mom. You know what I mean?
So you knew what to expect.
Yeah, but like most people in relationships, like know somebody, like man or woman, know somebody before they have kids, and that's their relationship. And then they have kids, and you become a different person because you become a mom, you become a dad. Your values change.
Well, everybody changes, yeah.
But then getting back to like these are the things and things about each other that we fell in love with.
Yeah,
you kind of forget those things because your focus for that long has been like your kids and what you love about your kids and talking about what you can do for your kids and provide for your kids and like that. And instead of working on it, most people just are like, well, you're not the person I married.
Also, and a lot of people don't talk about the expectation of after the kids.
What are we going to do? And like that's what me and Dan have been doing.
And so what happens is when all the kids leave, they're like, I want to go do this. And the other one's like, I don't want to do that.
We didn't make that agreement.
I don't even like going to other countries.
Right. Dan, and that's Dan, but he said, you can go.
But it's definitely something that we've already discussed because I've always wanted to move to Florida or South in general.
You and Dan can move to Florida.
He wants to move to Florida? That's so weird.
He wants to live in the old folks, like communities.
The retirement
and
village.
Become a slut.
That's fair.
I just want to
That's fair.
I just want to pet swamp puppies.
Well, you can go do that, and he can become a slut, and me and
do you know? Hold on.
Zach will go traveling.
Hold on. Did you know that that's the thing? That nursing homes is the highest.
Oh yes, they are the highest.
STDs.
Yes. Yeah. Dan wants every STD. He's already said that. He wants every STD. He's already said that.
I was gonna say after this long.
You're disgusting.
Well, I was gonna say after this long, you might as well. Like,
that's
you know what I mean?
He says. He's also gonna go to Vegas and get a warrant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Before he leaves that area,
he better do it eventually because, like,
I told him he's already. Oh, you better get in there. I know.
Nothing's illegal.
Right, you have to do some pretty extreme things to get a warrant anymore.
In Nevada that was illegal before I left was marijuana, and now that's not illegal. So, like, what the fuck is he gonna do to get a warrant?
Yeah.
You can
you could just he can.
Fine.
No, he can just pee.
You'll be fine.
No, you can just pee on the street. And you can get a warrant. That's all you got to do is pee in the middle of the street, and you can get a warrant in Vegas.
You can fuck a kid, and you're fine. You can fuck an animal, and you're fine.
But you pee in the street,
and you can fuck a hoe, and you're fine. You can smoke marijuana,
but don't pee in the street.
Don't pee on our streets.
But don't pee in our street.
Okay,
that's
not okay. It's not okay.
That's disgusting.
Someone outside keeps giving us a little breezy.
Breezy.
It's the door keeps doing the.
I know, but it's okay because it gives us a little like.
I know it's like, oh, thank you, that's nice.
It gives us a little foof.
You get a little foof.
But yeah, no, it's Dan has goals, and I have goals, and all joking aside, he doesn't really want to go to Florida, but we're gonna sell our house in Nevada. We're gonna move. We're gonna get closer to you guys. We're gonna get more central because the boys are planning on military, whatever they're doing.
Whatever they want.
And if we're more central, we can be closer to all of our children that way. And
it's easier trips to get to them too.
And we're going to get land. And I mean, both of us, I am going to like delve into my crafting and just be like a homebody. And Dan wants to be able to walk his property and shoot wherever he wants and, not worry about, oh, am I shooting somebody or violate somebody's rights or
I think that going about talking about that ahead of time, I think I think that's a good thing to do, to talk about it ahead of time, because like Cheryl said, like you don't want to get to a point of like
but I told you didn't tell me you wanted to do that.
I don't know, but like even something as simple as like I want to live like back away from everybody, and then you have somebody that's like always lived in the city, always wants to be around, wait, I don't want Like
Right.
I don't want that, and they're just gonna be miserable. Like
Well,
Or
if
like,
that,
even small things like
Yeah.
this with other people too, where it's like, I don't want to be a parent anymore. I don't want to deal with children anymore. I don't want the grandkids at our house every fucking
and
day.
then
no, we
somebody
want
that
the
wants
grandkids.
But then
grandkids.
the other parent is like, no,
Wants
I
all
want
the
grandparents
grandbabies.
there
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's going to cause problems too.
I mean, we want the grandbabies so bad that we're getting land
Mhm.
and build a house, kids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bring the babies.
And that's how I feel
And-
about it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Zach have kind of discussed it, and I don't know if he feels the same way I do, but I know he's like more so about it than not being around the grandkids.
I watched this.
But I would fucking live with my children if it meant I got to see my
Right.
grandchildren all the time.
Right.
Like, I would.
Yeah, I don't really, and I mean we've minorly talked about it, but I even told you when we've kind of discussed it. Like I don't mind. Per your example, it's not in the same vein as like I always want to spend time with you. I spent enough time with my kids. Like I want to,
Right.
but like, and I've already told the girls like if they need a place to stay or they want to live with us
for
longer,
sure.
then fine. But I think it comes down to communication in that regard too.
Right.
Is like even if it's like, well, I want the grandbabies around and they come over every day and we're helping out the
I
kids.
want the kids around too.
And we're
I want my family
even
around.
that, like if you're helping like your kids out with babysitting and they're over every day or whatever,
Right.
and like you get to a point, and this can go like male or female, but it's normally like the husband or whatever that gets to this point of like, yeah, but we don't spend time together. Like that's just
everything's a give and take.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't have to be like I don't want them over here anymore because I never see you. Like
Right.
it can be a communication thing of like, hey, they've been over here. Yeah.
Ourselves. Can we go on a trip together alone?
Like they've been over here for the last like 3 weeks. Can I just get like even I've done it to the girls before. Even like something as simple as like
there
that.
are no
like,
kids
hey,
coming over this weekend.
Can I get like some? Well, yeah, I've done it to the girls. I've been like, hey, can your friends just not come over for like this weekend?
I need a weekend without anybody.
And it's that, and I think
just want to be with you guys.
And I think that
be with just you guys and your mom.
Yeah, and I think that is a simple conversation that people think, oh, well, that's not going to work. But it's more effective.
It's going to piss everybody off.
Yeah, but I think it's more effective that way than just getting to a point where you're frustrated with your significant other or you blow up at everybody and be like, I don't want anybody over here.
It's just like me coming out here this weekend, this whole week, and being here this week. You have to prepare for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I know you guys it's like, she's going to be in the house. She's going to be doing shit. She's going to drive us crazy. I know this. I know that. And I know that you guys had to prepare for that. And because I have to do that too when I have somebody come to my house. We have our set things. We do our things. We have our schedules. We have especially people like me and Cheryl. And I'm sure you're like this too because of the ADHD and the,
well, just sleep in general.
We are just a very set schedule kind of person. And when somebody else is thrown into that set because they've come to visit, it's like, okay, I don't know if I can handle this.
Well, it's like,
you just got to talk about it.
Yeah, it would be the same equivalent as like budgeting out your money,
weekend.
and then all of a sudden, like something random gets pulled out of your account, and now you have to readjust for like everything. Yeah.
But I want it, like me and Dan have both talked about this. We don't want the kids to be there all the time.
Yeah.
We'd like them to have their space. We want our space.
But the availability
the availability of just going, hey, you're right across the land. Do you want to come over right now?
Yeah.
Well, I watched this one family. I watch them on TikTok. They have what they call a compound.
Yep.
And grandma and grandpa live in the middle of this compound. And all the kids have houses on the outskirts of the compound. They have this huge light in the middle of their house that goes up.
Oh, I've seen that.
And they flip it on. If they flip it on, the kids are allowed to come over. But everybody's allowed to come over.
But even
it's free reign.
I was gonna say, even if you think back to
we're gonna be the righteous gemstones.
Right?
Well, I was thinking
we're gonna be the dicks.
was.
I know. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna run that land like I am on the righteous gemstone.
Right?
Fucking.
We'll be the righteous dicks.
I'm just gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna be like, get your asses out here now.
Get over here.
We got a body to take care of.
Barbecue time.
even if you think back to like even the Duck Dynasty days, like it was kind of it was set up like that. Like not in the same like not in the same way. Like obviously they had
walkie-talkies that they just like.
But even that and I've said this about Emma, like even in that regard, like they would just show up to like the warehouse or like where people like they would just show up and start talking, start hanging out with people, or like call them and be like, hey, we're going
fishing, get your butt out here, get your boat.
I think that mentality is good for families. Like I grew up with less generational trauma than you guys did.
We're trying to break it.
Mr. Married mom and dad still.
But I grew up with that mentality though. Like all of my family lived in the same city at least, not like the same side of town, but at least the same city.
Well, even now you guys don't live in the same city.
Well, you have two generations of still married family.
Yeah, and
your grandparents are still married, and your parents.
I was going to say, and my great grandparents were married up until they
passed away.
Yeah, both of them actually.
Right.
Yeah.
But they had that mentality too. Like family reunions were like a real thing. It wasn't like a.
I have never been to a family reunion.
Like it wasn't like a drag. Like it wasn't like a sad or like an upsetting thing.
Oh my god, I gotta go to this. I gotta go see these crazy people.
It wasn't just a family reunion because of a funeral or something like that.
Yeah, it was literally every
We've been to that.
Yeah.
We've been to Molly's wedding, and it was like tons of people there that we hadn't seen in decades. None of them, like half of them, didn't even meet her.
Yeah,
and. Yeah, it was like, oh my god, you're still alive.
But you're there for an event.
It was Molly's wedding. Yeah, and it wasn't
and I think that like me and my siblings have talked about that because we grew up with that all the time. Like we did go to grandma and grandpa's house. We did go to great grandma's house like for every holiday. We did have family reunions every year with people.
Yeah.
And obviously, like I grew up in a big family too, and me and my siblings have talked about that we understand that aspect, but have still as siblings have understood that like we have lives too. Yeah. So like it was at least from my perspective, back then it was like they didn't show up to the family reunion.
How dare they?
Sort of thing like that. Whereas
at least
with me and my siblings, like we're more
as if y'all don't talk shit.
No, I'm not saying that. No, we talk shit about anything. It doesn't matter. It's not. But
anything you can talk shit about, you talk shit about.
No, but as far as like realistic, like it's not that we don't understand. It's just it's something to talk shit about.
Well, it's almost like giving him a razz or giving him a tough time.
Yeah,
right.
I told everybody
in our family, it's totally.
Oh no,
it is honest. It is aggressive, honest.
It's aggressive.
Well, she won't show up anyways.
Yeah. So what's the point?
Yeah. What's the point in even inviting her?
But it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like that person is now excommunicated because they didn't show up to
any.
Or even if they do show up, you have to earn it. Like the one time showing up isn't enough.
Right.
You have to show up like 4 or 5 times in a row.
And it's not like, we actually made it to this wedding.
Yeah.
And everybody's just kind of like, you made it. That's a miracle.
Yeah.
No, in our house, it's like, what are you doing here? You never make it to any of them.
Which is funny because Zach actually has felt that trauma from my end because there's so many things that we probably shouldn't have gone to because of finances that I was like, we are going. We are going.
Right.
No, I've said that.
Because it's like, I don't want to be
that person.
Where that's only a thing in my family. That's not a thing in his family.
And that needs to stop.
It was like, it wasn't until this year we finally did.
I was going to say we were in a financial hole for easily, if not more, 6 years, continuously because of that. Because like anything anybody snapped their fingers and was like, "Hey, are you coming?" It was like, "Why we gotta go?" Well, especially when we first.
We'll figure it out. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Especially, and I know that obviously we've talked about like me and you have talked about this, and it was mostly your trauma, but especially when we first got together and got married, it was a lot of like,
We
hey,
got to do this.
Well, yeah, it was a lot of like, I know all of you know the relationship I had before, like, but this is different. Like, sort of,
We've got to change it.
Well, yeah, it was almost like a trauma thing of like,
it is.
of like, no, this one is fine. No, like I know,
Right.
like what you think about my last relationship, but like this, like, look,
This
like,
one's
I
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was like I needed to prove that, like,
Me.
yeah.
Well, also we came from such a weird start too. It was like I had to prove myself too.
Yeah.
That,
well, when I was growing up,
I wasn't what she said I was.
Right. Well, when I was growing up, my mother, but that's the way my mother was. Okay, this is the way my mother was. It wasn't invite everybody because she wanted to get the family together.
Mm-hmm.
It was to show off.
It was to show off.
Mm-hmm.
My mother has always been a shower. And I didn't realize that, obviously, until I was much older.
Shower, not a grower, because she hasn't grown up.
She's never grown up. But anyways,
Okay.
never grown up.
That's good.
But so that my sister always kind of held that gauntlet after my mother got too old and couldn't handle doing this stuff.
But not really, because Jody.
But Jody was very selected on who she invited.
She was more interested in inviting all her friends that she considered family than her actual family.
Right.
Yeah. Which, and I totally get that.
No, I totally get that. Me and my sister aren't very close.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, we aren't very close. We don't have a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hate motorcycles. I'm sorry. I think y'all are nuts.
Well,
you're gonna fucking die on one of those things.
I was gonna say, even
and they live on them.
She says that, but man, she was fucking around with Yanni for a while. I was there.
That was just
anyway.
That was just a visual thing.
That wasn't Yanni.
I thought it was Yanni.
No, that was Jan. No.
Oh wait, that's
my God.
Dan's brother, isn't it?
No, Jan is the
fucking with Dan's brother.
Jan's the black guy, tall.
No, yeah,
that's Jan.
I thought that's who you were fucking around with.
No, it was the big guy.
Anyway,
Yanni, so
it was visual.
Oh no, me and Jan were like best friends.
Again,
from
it was
school.
visual. It wasn't the motorcycle itself. It was just
it's just Jan. It was Jan. I always had a crush on him from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But we're also like 5 years in. I literally had a young crush on him.
Again, she says that, but her husband is like 6 years younger than her.
That's
so
I'm talking about in high school.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
And I'm talking
we're
about
not 6 years. We're talking 4 years younger than me.
Well, no, but I'm gonna go back to that was kind of and
He's
me
only
and
4 years.
Me and Emma had this conversation, and I've said it to you, but like that's how I feel about the girls too. About like it would be really sad. Okay, so I said this on the podcast. It's going to be posted today, so you already watched it anyway. But like Emma will come home no matter what we're doing. Emma will come home and be like, "You'll never guess what happened today," and just like unload about things. And like, are there times where that's annoying? Yes,
all
like,
the time.
Because like either me and Cheryl are talking or watching a movie or like Wyatt's being allowed or whatever.
Happening.
But like I've told Cheryl, I was like, but if that stopped happening, like
I would
when the
be
girls,
like, what the fuck?
Like I would be really sad. Like if Emma moved out and never like felt the comfortability of just like walking in and being like, hey, you never know, like that would make me sad.
Yeah.
And so like I think having that.
Well, that's the one reason why I
ability
did with my mother as I did.
Yeah.
And that's why I left. I pulled away from her was because I was seeing that happen with Otto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was seeing him leave my house and never want to come and see me again.
Yeah.
He would sneak around and see Dad, but he would not come and see me anymore. I saw that in the future and I was like, oh, fuck no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell no. That's changing. I'm changing. It's fixing. We're not going to have that.
But even
I want my son in
even
my
the
life.
acknowledgement of that.
Yeah.
Like most people don't even acknowledge that. Like
No,
they just get to a point where all their kids don't want to be around them.
I saw me becoming my mom.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like most people just let it get to that point and then it's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why my kids never want to.
That's my mother. Yeah, she's sitting there in her chair just like, I don't understand why none of my children or my grandchildren want to see me.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You don't know? And Dan even tells her when my husband still talks to her.
Yeah.
And he even tells her, because she'll say things like that, and he goes, you really don't know, Louise? Really? Yeah. Really? This is an enigma for you?
Maybe you should look into yourself a little
right?
bit. Like,
no, it's not her fault. It's not her fault, Cheryl. You're just
what were you gonna say?
But well, even we noticed that too, the difference in my mom from when she was
we've
part of my mother's life.
I've said that.
Because that there was
I mean, I am far from being.
Well, the year she got really sick and you were doing a lot for her. You were driving around and doing a lot. You came out that year, and I know Emma didn't want to be around you anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Alice was kind of iffy.
Yeah.
And I even talked to Zach. I was like, God, I don't want to end up like
my mom and my grandmother.
I didn't really think that you were like that, but I could see her influences in you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want her to turn into Nana, and I don't want me to turn into Nana. If my mom, who hates Nana so much, can start turning into Nana, what does that mean? What does that mean
for you?
We even talked about that because she was like, should I even say something about it?
Yeah, because I didn't know.
Because
yes, yes, I didn't want to run you off either, though. Like, you know what I mean?
I know.
It's like an abusive relationship. You want to be there for your friend who's in the abusive relationship,
but you don't want them to leave.
No, it's a touchy subject. I get that.
Anymore. You want to be able to save them if they're in a situation.
And it's a touchy subject, and I get that.
Yeah,
and you need to.
It's your mom. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if someone was even now, but like, I mean, fuck. I know my mom's a bitch, but I even punched a girl at Disney World because she called my mom a bitch. Because you don't call my mom a bitch.
I can do it. Yeah.
I can call her. I
can call her a bitch all I want. Yeah, you better not fucking.
Bitch. You don't have the right to call my mom a bitch. She told you to sit down one time. That does not make her a bitch to you. Like.
Believe me, I've been being told to sit down my entire life.
I've got my ass whooped to a bloody pulp because of
and
that
then
woman.
Told to sit down.
And then been told to sit down.
And then been told to sit down on it.
Sit down, nothing. I've been told to stand back up. And then the next year, you not the next year, but after the fallout, there was a difference. There was a huge difference, and I was like, okay, all right.
Even I talked to Cheryl about that.
And it takes therapy. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from.
It does, for sure.
I don't care who's telling you, oh, you're crazy to go see that person. I would be nowhere
if it weren't for a therapist.
If it wasn't for a therapist.
Well, I've said
I would not have changed anything in my life if it wasn't for my therapist. Even if you don't believe in a
therapist, there's
somebody to talk to.
Alternatives.
Well, that's why
alternative therapies.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's what I've said multiple times. Well, that's what I've said multiple times. Like, you need to get stuff out and bounce it off of somebody that's not in the situation.
Yep, that doesn't have anything to do with this.
Well, yeah, me and Cheryl talked about having.
They have a 12-step program for everything.
Yeah.
Not just addictions. They have it for everything. Find one. Do it.
Yeah.
Those things fucking work.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a higher power to be in a 12-step program.
Yeah.
Like, if you're an atheist, your higher power is nothing. That's fine.
Yeah.
But figure it out, because it works. It works.
Yeah. Go talk to somebody.
That's what I've told
Talk
Cheryl.
Talk to your freaking bartender, man. Well, those people know a lot of shit.
Maybe not.
Well, no,
we might actually need a toast.
No, but I've said this to Cheryl. It's the same thought process, and I know not a lot of people share this, and you can feel however you want, but it's the same thought process as me and Cheryl have talked about. You need other people in your life to fill you up in ways that your partner can't. Like, it's selfish for me to be like, Cheryl is in charge of my happiness.
Everything.
All happiness, all of my
she's that's the only one that's gonna make me happy.
Or the ability to fill all my love in my life that I need.
Right.
And the same with therapy and getting stuff out. I think having other people you need to understand. You need to understand the people that you're talking to, because talking to some people is just going to be detrimental to you. Well, that's where most women get in, mostly get into, and men too get into trouble, is that they pick catty people.
Right.
That they just say one disagreement and their friends convince them of well, you shouldn't be with that person.
Well, you need to surround yourself with a community that is going to help you.
Also, just like I've said before, when you're talking
or in
to
the same
other
situation
that you're well, I guess whatever your attraction is. If you're talking to whatever your attraction is, you need to be careful and be aware that sometimes that person doesn't have your best interest at heart either.
Yeah.
And they are trying to get you
to do something that you wouldn't do.
Them. Yeah. And that's gonna work.
Or even
if
you're
vulnerable and they're doing it, they will pull you in.
Or even it doesn't have to be as yes, 9 times out of 10 it is, but it doesn't even have to be as malicious as that. Like I've given the example that I had a lot of girlfriends when I was in my past relationship that they didn't give me advice based when me and her had our fallout. They didn't give me advice based off of they wanted to be with me. They gave me advice based off of they had me as like
you're free
on a pedestal. No, on a pedestal of what a good guy is.
So she's
for them.
The bad.
For them, you know what I mean? So
because
it wasn't.
That's because they wanted you to look at them and go, oh well, she thinks I'm wonderful. Maybe I should go with her.
Yes, there was one, but I don't think
not all of them.
No, I don't think it was all of them. I think that it because I am a good guy. I think, and they had been with shitty guys. I think they had it as the same thing Cheryl says as like, oh, these guys.
She's
exist.
a dumb bitch.
No. Oh, these guys exist.
This guy is actually really good.
Yeah. And then when they thought
because when we got together, when we started hanging out, and he would complain about Katie, I had put Katie on this high pedestal.
Yeah.
So it was like. Well, I put both of you actually on a high pedestal to where like you guys were perfect for each other.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you would complain about Katie, I would give you like real advice on like how to fix the situation. Where I think that's where I fucked up versus the other girls you were talking to, because I was doing something that you were actually looking for.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying.
Like, wait.
Why would you say that's fucking up? Though?
Well, no, because that's what I was.
No, I was just meant like I fucked up like. His mindset of being with Katie necessarily.
Okay.
Because it wasn't like keep going. It was just realistic.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that even that expectation, the advice they would give me about the situation when we broke up wasn't based. I don't think was based on like I want to get with you. I think it was based on like my idea of the perfect guy. Is shattered, so I need to fix that. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't based on me. It wasn't based on the betterment of the relationship or the two of us individually. It was based as I need this back up here.
Right. But
I need to know that this still exists.
Yeah.
And right now it doesn't exist.
I have one thing to say about that. Is nobody's perfect.
I agree.
Yeah.
I am definitely not perfect for me to expect a perfect man, I'm going to be the loneliest bitch in the world. Because there is no fucking way that there is a man out there that is going to live up to every freaking expectation that I have. Because I'm fucked up.
Yeah. Well, and
so my expectations are fucked up.
Yeah.
That's what I say all the time. You can say it's finances. You can say it's cheating.
Not.
You can say whatever. Yeah. But I think the highest part of divorce rates is expectations.
Yeah.
Well, and not talking.
Expectations that you have, or unrealistic expectations of what you think the relationship is going to go to, and that includes like that's what I mean though, because like everyone's like, oh, finances is the number one divorce thing, and it's like but your expectations of how the finances are going to be is what got you there in the first place. Your expectation of the finances are going to be great because he's going to go to work all the time and not spend any money. That's unrealistic, and now you've just ruined your guys' like finance because of.
Well, also, me and you have talked about even little expectations.
Yeah.
Like
putting shoes
that's
away.
We talked about that, but I was gonna say even something as simple as like, hey, are you gonna do the dishes? Yeah, I'm gonna do the dishes today, and then you come home from work and the dishes
do nothing.
Like, you know what I mean?
But instead of understanding,
like instead of talking, instead of talking about it and you just being upset,
something so you can get the dishes done, or are you just not feeling it today? Like, instead, people come into the house and go, okay, so you couldn't do the one thing you fucking said you were gonna do today, and that's already you're putting the other person on defense immediately.
Yeah.
Because even if the other person wants to come into that conversation like gently and be like, no, that's not what happened. You've
already started
set
up
the
here.
Expectation of a fight. Like,
so we were talking about the influences in my relationships right now. Cheryl and Zach are a big influence on my mental health right now. Not only my,
Probably not a good
like I said,
idea.
no, like I said, the surrounding my, I have my therapist, and she's a professional,
Having
and
a team.
I have a
Team
team.
of
I
people.
have my daughter, and I have my son-in-law, and I talk to my daughter all the time. I don't always talk to Zach, but I watch the podcasts. And you guys talk about this stuff, and you're honest about this stuff.
Yeah.
And I listen, and I'm like, I've been doing that to Dan. I need to fucking stop doing that to Dan. I need to stop doing that because I am a big fucking doer.
Okay, but
to him.
you also have to be easy on yourself too, though.
Oh,
because,
I am.
Because this stuff is hard to change.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight. And for you to expect yourself to change overnight,
it doesn't.
Just like any other addiction, this is what I mean by 12-step programs. Yeah. Just like any addiction, any behavioral change
is like an addiction.
Is going to take time, and it's going to be rough. You're going to backslide. You're going to what's the word? Relapse. Just like with me and him, there's times where we've had to be like, hey,
we don't do that.
We're not doing that.
We don't do that.
Because we've gotten to a place where we're starting to yell at each other. We've gotten to a place where we're like, well, I don't understand why you're not just doing this. And then we have to be like, look at each other and be like, hey, because we do backslide. We do fall off the bandwagon. That is how it works. Just any behavioral change is going to take time. And that's another thing where your partner also has to be understanding of that too.
Yeah.
And they also have to be understanding of okay, these things are going to happen, and instead of retaliating the second it happens,
step back and say, okay.
Well,
also, if you do retaliate the second it happens, that's also a backside on your part, and you also have to be aware of it, and the other person has to be aware of it, and be like, okay, hey, let's take a breath.
Well, I told
let's
Cheryl
come back to this conversation in a minute.
I told Cheryl this a long time ago. Especially in relationships, but this goes as far as parenting and everything too. You need to, I know, I saw it too. You need to really change your mind into seeing the little things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, for example, yes, they didn't do the dishes. Yes, they didn't clean up the house. Yes, they didn't do these things that you were expecting them to do.
Yeah.
But they made you a bologna sandwich.
Or my son, I came home and my son was elated and in such a good mood because mom did nothing but spent time with him all day today.
But and you need to rewire.
She didn't do the dishes,
and I'm not saying. Well, I'm not saying that.
Busy all day. She hung out with me.
I'm not saying it shouldn't. I'm not saying it shouldn't be a conversation. I'm not saying you shouldn't bring it up. But as far as the initial, because we're very instinctual, the initial what the fuck,
well,
you need to rewire. You need to rewire your brain of okay, at least this happened, or at least this is getting done, or well, they did do this for me.
Right. Yeah. Well, I have a good friend of mine that I hang out with at work, and she's a very Christian woman, beautiful person, beautiful heart, beautiful everything. And she is a very avid person on accepting people for what they
she's Christian,
what they can give
she's
you.
Actual Christian.
Oh no, she is
she's not
deep.
This bullshit
The real,
Christian.
Oh no,
the real
fire and brimstone.
The real
actual Christian.
No, she's from LA.
Yeah.
And she has moved to the Reno area. Her and her family for the Christian
Seems
holidays.
Kind of like a lateral move.
Right. Well, her and her family for the Christian holidays, the true Christian holidays, they go to their church.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you Christian either. Christian is Christ-like. That is the word Christian means
Christ-like.
Christ-like. And everyone forgets that part of it. And they're like, well, the Bible says. I don't care what the fucking Bible says. What did Jesus say?
Oh, no, she doesn't do that.
What did Jesus say?
No, you know what she says? And that's what I was getting to. What does your heart say?
Yeah.
Because that's who's talking to you.
Yeah.
Because he talks through
100%.
Right. Yeah. And she always tells me, Nikki, what does your heart say? My heart says I'm being a stupid fucker.
If you loved and cared for everyone you came upon, if you forced yourself,
I can't.
No, I'm just saying though, if you took a step back and forced yourself,
I know,
to find a way to love the person, what could they give you? What could they bring to the table?
Right.
You know what I mean? And even if it's just the knowledge of knowing that you love that person for something,
right?
Like I have to remind myself that all the time because of course we get mad at people, we hate people, we don't like people,
Right.
but like I have to remind myself all the time too, though. Like, okay, this lady like
that
hates me.
My face
she
is
does
nice.
not like me,
Right?
But God, is she pretty?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's nice to everyone else. She's so sweet.
She's a beautiful person.
Yeah.
And so I have to remind myself that, like, I caught her on a bad day, and now we're just mortal enemies. Like, that's just how it is.
It just happens.
Yeah, like, it's just, it just works that way. Because I have a girl at work like that, where, like,
I also believe
we just had a bad moment, and it put bad taste in both of our mouths. And so we don't talk at all, but I see her talking, communicating with everyone, and I talk and communicate with everyone. We just do it separately.
Right.
We just.
But I think I think in that sense, there's a reason for that. You two aren't meant to be together.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You're not meant to.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the soulmate. It's kind of like you're gonna have your opposite soulmate too. You're gonna have that person that.
Well, I tell the girls all the time, you're not gonna get along with everyone.
Nobody is. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say,
absolutely no way.
I said that to my sister a long time ago, and I truly believe that. But like, you're not gonna be best friends with everybody.
No.
And there are people that are come into your life, whether that be momentary or for a long time, that aren't meant to stay there.
Yeah.
And you holding them or trying to force them.
They were there for that time.
Yeah, trying to force them to stay there is only detrimental to the both of you.
It ruined your relationship.
And that's something I've worked on for a long time, and I still have to work on it. I still have to be very aware of it because I'm so people pleasing that the second I think someone doesn't like me, I'm like, what did I do? Why don't they like me? What
it's like me and
she goes into fix mode too.
I do. I go straight into fix mode, and I want to talk to them and be like, hey, I'm really sorry.
What did I do?
I don't know what I did. Yeah. Can we fix this? And it's like, you don't have to. People cannot like you. It's okay.
Well, it's like me and Aunt Kelly.
Okay.
When I saw Aunt Kelly at that door, my whole life was, oh my God, I adore. Yeah. I have always adored Kelly.
Well, I don't know how anyone could dislike.
Well, I know. She's one of those. She is a light.
That's like you can't trust people that don't like your grandma.
Right?
You know, like,
right?
If you don't like
there's something wrong with you.
Right? There's something wrong with you if you don't like that woman.
It's not her.
Yeah.
It's you.
But Kelly has always been a light in our family. Yeah. She was a light when she first came into our family before, when she was dating.
For sure.
And when I saw her yesterday, I was like, oh my God, and she's like, oh, you're here. We didn't talk about.
And Kelly was the Topanga of the teenagers.
She was.
100%.
She was definitely the Topanga. Yeah.
100%.
But she we talked about. We got caught up. We caught up on each other's lives. We were like, what are you doing? What have you been, what's your husband doing? What's the kids doing? What, it wasn't, do you remember when?
Yeah.
Do you remember when you did this? Do you remember when you you remember when you left Robert and you just took everything and you left? I have never heard anything like that from her.
I'm gonna fucking do that to you the next time.
Remember when you left Cheryl's?
Remember when you killed the entire family? Remember when nobody was happy because of the decisions you made?
Do you remember? Right? Do you remember when I was on that camping trip and you sent my dad on a plane to not say bye?
I got his ass. I bought him a ticket and shipped his ass.
It gave your daughter trauma for the next 30 years of her life.
I haven't gone camping again. I was always afraid someone was going to leave if I came home.
Okay, you know what? I did what I felt was right at the time.
Good excuse.
She knows. She knows now why.
I was never mad at you for that. I was mad at him for that for a long time.
Yeah.
Because it was his choices that put him in that place.
And that's exactly what it was.
That caused him to have to leave without saying goodbye.
Yeah.
And that's why I even I was so young, but I was so I knew.
I know.
You know what I mean? I was always so aware.
You are aware. You do know. I was 6 when my parents divorced, when they split up, and when the ashtray flew past my head and crashed in the wall behind me, I knew that shit was going downhill.
Hey, I don't think this is okay.
Yeah, this is not right.
You have to live in
This
an
is
adult
not right.
situation. When you have to live in an adult situation like that,
Right.
you just become more aware.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
if you're not living in a household where you can just be a kid 24/7, you have to become aware faster. It's hard.
Well, it's a survival thing. Yeah, you're surviving, and I did it.
Yeah.
You had to do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I tried not to put you in that situation.
Yeah.
I thought I found a person that was going to be there for at least my child all the time.
And it's not that he was a bad dad; just the addictions got the best of him.
Right. Exactly. I mean, he adored. Oh my God, him and Cheryl were inseparable when he wasn't doing the drugs and the alcohol.
Yeah. But again, it's the choices you make.
Right.
You don't have to do meth.
Right.
You chose to do meth.
Right.
I understand that after you're doing meth, you're not really choosing anymore. But that first time you do meth, that was all you. You chose that.
Right.
Like, you don't have to.
Well, and that's breaking, like we said, that's breaking the chain.
Yeah.
That's breaking that.
Well, and there's things I've broken. There's things that I didn't get to break with the girls that I'm now breaking with Wyatt.
Right.
And there's things that the girls will be able to break because they saw me break it with Wyatt. They saw me break it with.
Like, oh, this is how
Jake.
this should be.
You know, like me leaving Jake when I did, that was different for our family because the women didn't leave the men right away.
Right.
They didn't leave the men when they were like, this isn't fucking going anywhere.
Right.
They stayed with them. They stuck it out. They try to make it work. They try to fix.
Right.
And, like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't 100% my decision. It was circumstances that caused it to happen that I was like, yeah, I'm going to allow this to happen.
Right.
Like, I could have chose to move back to Nevada.
Right.
And make it work with him. But I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make what I have
to
to make work.
Well, you have to keep going. Yeah, you need to keep going on your path.
These kids are my priority, not him. And he's already told and shown me that we are not his priority. So I'm going to keep like making it work. I'm going to keep trying to fix it. Right.
And that's when Robert came out to Nevada, he promised me that he had changed. He promised me that he was fixing himself.
Was way worse.
And yeah, he started doing the same things. He started gambling even on top of it.
And he was doing stuff in front of me now.
Yeah, he was taking my child to these things.
Which is something
and I was like, fuck,
doing
no. I wasn't having it.
Like, in Michigan, I never once saw my dad. Like, I saw him drunk, but I never saw him, drinking. In Nevada.
Or doing...
And I never saw him hiding bottles. I've never seen him doing, like, drugs. I never seen him... You know, whereas in Nevada, he would take me to it would be a daddy-daughter thing where he would take me to breakfast at a casino and we'd play Keno together, but then after breakfast was done, I would be shipped to the arcade downstairs and he would be upstairs gambling
the shit out of, his check.
And then, you know, like there was nights where you and Nana weren't home and he was pulling bottles out of who knows where.
Yeah.
And he would go around, like, swigging and then spitting it all over Nana's shit. And so at 10, I'm following him around the house, wiping Nana's shit down to, like, clean up his mess. And it's like, this is stuff my dad would have never done before, but now is doing because he was so deep in his addiction, he wasn't even aware that his child was
and he was so angry at the people around him
that it didn't matter.
That left him because of his addiction. Because I left him because of his addiction. And my mother, he felt that it was my mother's fault. He always did. Which it wasn't. My mother had no say. The only thing that caused me to do that at that time was she needed help in Nevada, and I saw it in my immaturity and my blindness to what I was doing. I saw it as my way of getting out of a situation that was bad.
Well, I was going to say, it was the same thing as Cheryl, like moving,
never talked about
moving out. Well,
I've been trying to avoid this conversation for a long time.
I was going to say, we got to wrap up here.
I know, it's almost over.
No, that's fine. I was just saying it's
funny. That's good, because I don't have to talk about it.
It's funny that this stuff is coming up, because I've always been really good about not bringing this
very cautious about it. Yeah.
Well, because like I said before on other podcasts, this is a situation that I'm unwilling to have the conversation with that person about. So it's unfair for me to air it if I'm unwilling to have that conversation
talking about
with
it.
them.
Yeah, but it's but it's the same thing.
I'll have that conversation with Robert.
No, as far as that
he
situation,
knows how I feel.
I was going to say you've already had that.
I have had that conversation with that man. No, he probably won't at this point. Poor guy.
But like, it's the same thing as Cheryl moving out here. Like, it wasn't necessarily I'm moving away from you. I'm gonna do this.
It had nothing
to do with
it.
It was just a situation.
No, I'll be fair on that one too. And that was me also.
Well, no, I was gonna say it was an opportunity. It was an opportunity that got let happen. Of like, I see where this is going,
right?
And this might be a better avenue.
No,
like, you know what I mean?
Be a better avenue.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like it wasn't like a hash out, I'm gone sort of thing. Right. It was just an opportunity of like, this is a better option.
Well, I made that opportunity happen. That's just the thing. Yeah. Is I went to my mother and I begged her to help Cheryl. Me and Cheryl had talked about it, and she said I asked her, what would you really like to do? And she said, I need to get the hell out of here. I need to go to Wisconsin. And I went to my mom and I said,
to live in Wisconsin.
No, she needed to get away.
I needed out of Nevada, one.
Right.
Because
but she needed to go somewhere where you had somebody.
I was getting fucking nowhere.
Right.
I was drowning.
Yep.
And then there was no way to dig out. out.
I was watching her drown, and I couldn't do anything.
And it was the circle that was here. It was the same thing that I've said.
She needed her family.
I had a group of family here. I had help here that could help me dig my way up. That could help me get on my feet.
Yeah.
Well, it was the same thing I told you about me moving down to Iowa after everything happened. Like, it wasn't. I could have stayed here. I had family. I have all of my family up here. Right. But the reason why I moved down there is because I need
that could help you get out of that hole.
Yeah, but it was also the love is just like a generic word, but it's also like
the affection.
Yeah, of my cousin, of like the unbiased, like pure, like I just care about you. I'm doing
this for you.
Whatever you want to go through, whatever we want to do, that's fine.
Oh, it broke my heart to see my children, my grandchildren, and my child go away.
Yeah. But that, like knowing, like I just need to be around this.
Yeah.
But
right
again,
now.
That's the difference between you and Chris. Is you saw it as a betterment for your grandchildren.
I saw it. Yeah, it was tearing me up.
Grandchildren away from her.
Yeah, what she doesn't understand is she wasn't there to see everything that was going on with my daughter and my grandchildren. No. And it was tearing me up.
Even if she saw it,
she wouldn't have cared. I know. She wouldn't see it. It's not that she...
I think that was the most frustrating part for me, because when we lived with her, she would tell me all the time, well, you need to do what's better for you and the children. You need to not worry about Jake and do what's better for you and the children. And finally, when I actually do something that is going to be better for me and the children,
you're the bitch.
It was, well, I'm going to take you to court for grandparents' rights. This is crazy. I don't know why you're taking my kids from me. Like,
they're not your kids, bitch.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Not your kids. Anyway, no, I was...
We got to wrap up.
Yeah.
Pretty soon here.
Beans and cornbread, huh?
So no. I'll ask one question. We can wrap up with that. Won't leave it on such a high note.
Such a hot subject.
Do you?
It's hot.
That was a good one. That was a good one. She did a good one. Good job. Do you have? I know you said that.
I don't have a mic today.
I know that you said. I know that you said like
talking to the boob.
You look up to. Or have me and Cheryl as like your circle or whatever. Do you have any advice for your daughter that you haven't already told her? I would assume I already told her most.
I get most advice from her. I don't know.
I'm telling you, 12-step program.
Cheryl, do you have advice
right?
for your mom to give to you?
12-step programs.
Yeah, right? I mean...
Even if you don't
even
if you don't go to an actual 12-step program and work with a counselor or anything, just get the fucking booklet.
Talk
just
to
get the
somebody.
That tells you how to work through it. Journal yourself through the 12 steps. Like
I think the only advice I would give Cheryl is keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
because you're doing it right. I don't know.
Doing it. And
doing it
well.
And it's okay. And like she says, yeah, you're right. It's okay to fuck up once in a while and fall backwards.
And you're gonna fuck up.
But get back up on that fucking hill and keep doing it.
You gotta learn to forgive yourself, but don't put yourself in a place where you're forgiving yourself too much. You also have to hold yourself accountable.
But also don't let people that are
drag you down because
right
of your
because
choices.
of your choices
Yeah.
and because of who you have decided to be with or what you've decided to do
But
with
I
your
think
life.
that came easy for me though because I had so many things early in life, like from my early adulthood,
Right.
where like it was like fuck up after fuck up after fuck up after fuck up, and I had to learn back then that like okay, but like they don't understand the situation I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's okay. They can be mad at me for it.
Right.
They don't have it's a good thing they've never
until
been
they
here.
walk in my shoes.
It's a good thing they've never been
Right.
in this position to understand what I've been through. But at the same time I have to forgive myself and not be so worried about what they're thinking about me.
I have learned that's
or I'm
one
just
thing.
Gonna drown myself
Yeah.
in even more bullshit.
Over the last year or so, that is one thing that I have learned is I don't really fucking care what other people think of me.
Yeah.
I really the important people, you, you know, my husband, my children, my grandchildren. That's who I care.
But it's more
because
like,
I
it's
love
not so
them
much I
and
care
I
about
want
what they
them.
think of me. It's more of I care if I'm hurting their feelings.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's
but
like
I do care about
care
what
if,
my I would say I do care about what my grandchildren think about me. And, you know, like this morning, I know I'm a little rough on kids. You know, I know this.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
And my daughter keeps me in check. And I'm okay with that. And I'll sit there and go, okay, yeah, I'm being that stupid
you're right.
bitch
You're
again.
right. You're
I'll
right.
stop. I'll stop.
You're
I'll
right.
stop. You
You're
know,
not being a bitch.
no, but I revert
like
back to that bossy bitch.
You just like to be the one to say, hey, don't do that.
Right.
But he's, you know, my kids aren't used to that. They're used to one person talking at a time.
Yeah.
Because I also yell at him for it too. You're not the only one.
Yeah.
If I'm talking to my son and another person's also talking to my son, I yell at whoever's talking.
Right.
I'm like,
be okay.
Thank you.
I have something to say to your audience.
Yeah.
Be okay to learn from your children and your grandchildren.
Yeah.
Be okay to fucking learn from that.
Yeah.
Because you know what? They are the best teachers in the world, and they are true. Especially those babies. They are straight up true, and they will tell you exactly the way it is.
Also, if you want a better relationship with your kids, listen to them.
Yeah.
It's not a hard thing to do. Like, you know, your kids learn different ways. They're not going to learn. Each kid isn't going to learn from you the same way the other kids do. Like, the way I talk to Emma is far different than the way I talk to Alice and the way I talk to Wyatt. Because they need to be talked to a different way. And I had to learn that from them.
Well, I was going to say,
listen and be like,
that's the smart ass between me and Emma.
I was going to
we
say,
do the smart ass exchange.
Well, I was going to say that was the first I remember, and I'm sure you had signs earlier than what I saw because she's your kid. But
not really, because they were a lot younger when we first met.
But like Emma was the first time that me and you, like as far as like being overwhelmed and like things like that, like Emma was the first time that we had to look at each other and be like, oh, this is like a thing. Like
this is happening.
No, yeah, like you being overwhelmed by a lot of people and your like social battery like dying really fast, like that's a thing. Like and luckily because we recognize that, she's more vocal about it now. Yeah. To where she's like, hey, I need to like
But because we saw it in her and we were like, hey, are you overwhelmed right now? Is there too many people around? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, you can leave.
Yeah.
If this happens to you, just let us know and we will make a space for you. We will make an environment for you to where you can leave. And it was a birthday party yesterday.
But then again, like, learning
she started
it's
getting,
not that she didn't want to be around Kimmy and Chris.
It's that she had already been
drained.
Right.
Well, but
so was
but
Alice.
Again,
Alice is the same way.
But again, learning.
You watch her.
No,
she's
I know.
the same way.
But again,
she's
learning.
better about leaving the situation.
Yeah.
Whereas
She'll walk
Emma
away.
is also a people pleaser.
She doesn't want to offend anybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as far as like learning from your children, sort of thing. That's what I was getting at. Is that like when me and you recognize that in Emma, we were able to recognize it
in yourself,
in
Alice, and then the more, and we were able to understand, like as a family, not just
it's
as
okay.
Like, and all of us
understand. Small doses of things is better for us as a family.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, and even like as a family, like we can see it in each other too. Like even the girls have called out like me or Cheryl and been like,
yeah.
You're really overwhelmed right now.
Well, it's like the last time I came and visited. I came for 2 weeks. And I straight up told Cheryl after the first week, I was like, I probably should have just cut this down to a week. It's because...
I don't know. I love my mom, so I
know, but it's me even going to people's houses. yeah, but me going to people's houses, I'm like that. It's
Mhm.
like it's too much.
It's too much for you too.
It was too much for me, and it was like it wasn't because I was, I didn't want to be around them. I did.
Mhm.
I was missing my stuff.
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
missing my life. I was missing my house.
And
Yeah.
And
we
you
work
have to know
different
that
in your
stuff.
household too. So
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a new
way of
it's,
things.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
working in our household. You're like, it's
I'm
like
not that person. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
a lot. You know
It's a
what
lot.
I mean?
I'm a screwdriver in a
Yeah.
hammer house.
Whereas it's like
Hammer
it's where in our house we do this dance all the time, just
Right.
like you do in your
And
house.
yeah,
But then when mom comes in, it's like boom,
They're like,
boom,
watch out, get out of the
boom,
way.
You know, like it's.
It's like going
Grandma,
to
you're in
another.
the way.
It's like
I'm not
it's
talking
like
about
going to
just
another
physical.
country and driving on the other side
No,
of the
it's a
road. You're
mental
still
thing.
driving. You're still on the
I'm
road.
still going.
It's
You
just.
don't know what to do. You're like, how do I turn left? How do I turn right?
But apparently I'm in France and everybody else is doing it right too.
How do
Anyway,
I turn right?
Okay.
thanks.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All
It's
right,
nice
let's get
seeing
the
It's
you.
hell
hot
out of
as
here.
freaking hot.
Hey, it's hot and sweaty.
It's hot and sticky.
It's hot and sticky.
Piece of garbage.
I don't want
Goodbye,
beans
my
or
people.
I don't want beans or
cornbread.
kid.
Beans and cornbread.
Look at that sweat.
It